We are live, baby, live. PGA Pub Hub. How we doing? I'm Conor Mac. That's my guy, Gogster. How are you doing, my guy? We're going to get right into it quick. We're going to grip it and rip it. Quick 20 minutes here and get in this golf tournament. Get into it right now. I want you to get yours rocked and goes, and then I'll get to mine, and we'll get on out of here.
All righty, brother. Yeah, welcome in, guys. Third swing of the PGA renewal to the season, you could say. Had 2 in Hawaii. Now we're coming back to the mainland, going to La Quinta, Palm Springs area in California, more of a desert course. It's going to be a Pro-Am style too, guys. So it's a lot different than you're normally going to see. There's going to be, Ray Romano. There's going to be, all these celebrity golfers.
Dipshits.
Yeah, paired up with some of these pros. And based on the scoring is going to be a little bit different, but the main thing is on Sunday, guys, the top 70 golfers, PGA pros, or 65, sorry, are going to make it to the final round. And that's going to be at the Stadium course, which is a Pete Dye course, guys, 7,000 yards. It's also all Bermuda grass, so similar course. For the most part, the next, 2 months, it's all going to be on Bermuda. So you can really, golfers that are playing well, they're not going to have to go from bent grass, from up in Illinois down to South Carolina. It's all going to be kind of in that warmer Bermuda climate. So this is going to be just like I said, Stadium course, Pete Dye. Par 4s here, guys, are the 10th easiest on the tour. So taking advantage of the par 4s is going to be key for these golfers. Par 3s and par 5s, not so much, a little bit tougher, but par 4s, you're really going to want to take advantage of. Siwoo Kim's the defending champ here. Be the first time back-to-back since 1975 with Johnny Miller. Patrick Reed has a 72-hole record. Hadwin Cantley also play well here. Last year we had Cam Davis do well, Tony Finau, Abe Answer. We have an 8-pack this week there. Not messing around, Connor. We're going grip it and rip it as
real quick. Yeah, as you said, just to jump in. Yeah, this is an event a little different. Just the 3 courses. Yeah. They at least all Sunday they're at the same one, but it's just it's not easy to do. They've gone back to the Pro-Am. They kind of skipped it year of the pandemic, and they've gone back to it this year. Mm-hmm. So not the easiest one, kind of the handicap, but I love it. Let's get through what you want to get through, and get through it if you have anything else, best top 10 or whatever you have.
And anyone else in the chat here, we're live. So I know Jimmy's going on right now. We're just trying to slip this in. Unfortunately, I got to run in a little bit. But if you guys have any golfers, any questions, throw it in the chat there. We'll definitely go over it. I've got a lot of stats here for this week. Around the greens is going to be not tough, not easy, but the greens are going to be small. So putting's not going to be really that important here, in my opinion, because the greens aren't going to be that big. You're not going to have many 3-putts like you saw at the Century Open. But the rough, it's not just flat. You're not just going to miss the green and roll off to the rough. You're going to roll down slopes. You're going to find a lot more bunkers. It's going to be a real approach game, 150, 175 in my opinion, guys. So that's going to be your main stats you want to look at. Guys that do well there, they're going to have the best chances at birdies because smaller greens, you're going to have to be even more dialed than you have been at the Sony Open and the Century. So one other thing, guys, this is really key. 12 of the last 13 winners here have came from the Hawaii swing. So players that just kind of first time up at this Stadium course, you've had 1 winner in the last 13. So for the most part, in my opinion, you're going to want to look at golfers that have had at least 1 or 2 rounds under their belt before making your final picks here. But like I said, approach shots going to be key off the tee as well. A little distance, you're going to want accuracy. It's just there's a lot more slopes, elevation. Whenever you have Pete Dye course, guys, it's a lot more creativity. It's not easy to say the least. Some of the players
accuracy. Real quick, go. Yeah. Just got to be sharp with Pete Dye course.
Because it's you're gonna have there's a lot of there's hills. He's got hills on the sides of the rough here, so it's not just gonna roll off. You can hit the hill, get a bad kick, tighter fairways. A lot of slope going on at this course. The golfers actually way back in the day here, 1987, the players petitioned Connor to have this course removed. It was too tough. Yeah. They said it was too tough, back in the day.
I read that. Yeah.
That was funny. I thought, wow, they thought it was too tough. So they actually just returned this in 2016, guys. They just brought this back in the rotation. So you want to really be looking at anything from 2016 and onward. And if I just look at what they've went numbers-wise, the scoring, minus 23 from Kim, minus 26 Landry, minus 20 Rahm, 25 Duffner, 20 from Hudson Swafford. So they've really torn this course up. I don't know. They must have really been that bad just back in the 80s where they couldn't handle this course. But nowadays, these golfers can handle it with no worries. But there's going to be a little bit of wind Friday, Saturday, not so much Sunday at the stadium course where it's going to be the toughest of the three. So just keep that in mind, guys. A little bit of wind, and you're going to want golfers that are just dialed on their approach, especially 150 to 175. What do you got? Anything, Connor?
No, I just want to shout out Kylie Reynolds. I think he's got a top 10 on Wolf here. He was an interesting guy, real quick to talk to before you get to your 8. How do you feel about him? People are high on him this week, off the injury, but if he's healthy and playing well, I'm a big fan of his. He's young, Matthew Wolf. So what do you think of his chances?
Matthew Wolf, just looking him up here. Yeah, he had a real hot finish there. Great eye there from our guy in the chat. T17 Sanderson Farms, second at Shriners, T5 at the World Wide Technology Championship, and then T11 at the Houston Open. So he's been playing well. This is going to be his first tournament since November 14th last
Shriners,
year.
right? I think it was the Shriners.
It was at the Houston Open.
Oh, it was the Houston. Okay.
Houston Open. Yeah, I'm just looking at here at Data Golf. He was playing really well. Only thing is that stat of 12 of the last 13 who won this tournament came from the Sony Open or the Century. It's going to weigh heavy here, in my opinion. But with that being said, Wolf isn't a bad look. If his driver's not straight with Matthew Wolf, he's got a really different swing too. And if he doesn't got that dialed in quite yet, he could miss the cut. I don't even know if he'd make it.
I know. Very streaky guy. And just either he's young, he had that injury last year. I mean, he was bad. He had to pull out. And when he played bad,
approach. He had no approach even too. Yeah.
Yeah. But when he's hot, we'll see. But yeah, go ahead. Get into yours, brother. I just want to get to that in the chat room real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it. So let's dive into the 8-pack here, guys. Excuse me. We're going to start off with Tony Finau. Tony Finau, at this course last year, he was 4th. Looking at what I have, some of his notes. He's good first round at the Century. What do I have here? Yeah. January, February golf too. Just looking at Tony Finau, he seems to love this type of golf right now. He plays really well on Bermuda grass, not so much bent grass. He's not the best of putters. He doesn't like a lot of break and greens from what I've noticed. But just looking back here, guys, last year around this time, get this: 4th at the American Express, 2nd at Farmers, 2nd at Saudi, 2nd at Genesis, 14th at the Workday, 17th at the Dell Technologies. Unbelievable. He really plays well around this time of year, and I could just see right now the number guys 25-1. He's going to be the highest on my card there, numbers wise. But I think Tony Finau's got a great shot.
Real quick, because I want you to get through yours fast. Finau, I like it as well. This guy just can't win. He finally got it done at the end of the year last year. And this was, of course, he was leading. I mean, I'm pretty sure into Sunday, and kind of blew it. And like you said, in his 4th or 5th. But he's played well here in the past, a couple of top 5s, I think, both times the last couple times here.
And he can take advantage of it with his distance, too. He's a lot deeper than most of these golfers, so he won't have as much 150, 175 out. With that being said, though, I do have some numbers here on golfers, or at least my 8-pack. From 150 to 175 this year in 14 rounds, Finau's 23rd. So his approach has been very good so far. Moving on to my second guy here, Corey Connors. You want to talk about approach and golfers that keep it in play. This is your guy.
Canada's finest, huh?
That's right. From Listwell, Ontario. That's our guy. Corey Connors. It's just putting. Smaller greens, that's perfect for the guy. So he won't have to worry about just longer putts. Proximity to the hole is going to be a lot shorter on smaller greens. And you want a guy that's a lot more comfortable with approach shots than say putting. In my opinion, guys, a hot putter, it doesn't, not so much a hot putter, but golfers that rely on their putting this week, they're going to have to focus more on approaching off the tee. And guys like Corey Connors and Tony Finau, I think they fit the bill. Corey Connors, the one thing right now, he's off to a bit of a slow start in his approach. He is 155th in 16 rounds so far. So he's got a lot of room for improvement, but watching this guy in the past, he can definitely dial it in, and I think he's going to do it this week. 28-1, you can find Corey Connors. My next one here, Abraham Answer. As our guy Billy says, AI there, our guy there, AI. I think Abraham Answer, he's going to have a great shot this week, guys. He loves Pete Dye courses in the past. He's always played well here. He was 5th last year as well at this course. He's been off to a bit of a slow start. 16 rounds, he's 60th from 150 to 175. But Abe Answer, he also small greens. I was talking to Conor Mac in the backstage. Their smaller greens are exactly what Abraham Answer thrives on. He's similar to Corey Connors, but just not as long as Corey Connors, I want to say. His around the green is no problems. He's a really good bunker player. I've seen last year. Leading into this year, he's a bit slow off the tee. He missed the cut last week. But this type of course, guys, I think Abraham Answer 20. You can actually get him now at 28-1. I think Abe Answer has a hell of a shot, even a top 20. Have a hard time seeing this guy not being in the mix this week. All right, let's get to the next one here. Bazinhood. A lot of people have trouble saying this guy's name. Christian Bazinhoud or Bazinhoud, however you want to say it. This guy was really Bazinhoud. He was a hot golfer coming in even last year. Bez, one of my favorite names on the tour as well, from South Africa. T17 last week, had a really strong approach and off the tee. This guy, Connor, is known for around the green and putting. So if he's doing well with his approach and off the tee, I imagine his putting and around the green is just going to kind of fall into play. So Christian Bazinhoud, he's one of the hotter golfers in the market right now, in my opinion. You can get him at 60, excuse me, talking so much, 66-1. Shop around, but Christian Bazinhoud, he's also 11th right now in approach from 150 to 175 and 14 rounds. 11th was the tops in any of my 8-pack golfers. So Christian Bazinhoud playing really good golf, shorter track as well. This guy's going to be there, guys. 66-1, great number. He's going to be number 4 on our 8-pack. Want to take over just for a sec, Connor?
Yeah. Kyle, you want to say he's got power over Henley? Hey, I'm a Seamus Power guy. I mean, Henley blew it last week. It's rough to see. But, yeah, I think that's a good play. I don't mind it. But both guys playing well. Power, played well. Just didn't push it enough to get to the top.
Seamus Power, absolutely. Kyle Reynolds there. Hey, I got Power over Henley. Yeah, absolutely. I'm fading Henley. Just watched what happened there. He did this last year, too. He was in the mix. He was leading the whole time. I had him, and he fell apart, finished second.
Ugh.
Coming back, I think he might make the cut, but he's not winning. I doubt he can get top 20. A guy like Seamus Power, he's on the upswing right now. I think he's had like 4 or 5 of his last 6 top 20s too.
Wow.
Seamus Power is really just like Bazinhoud. He's been a hot golfer right now. And Kylie Reynolds, has Bez plus 375 group winner. I like that, depending on who's in it, but I do like that. Shout out to Danny Kelly. Billy Briz, what's going on, brother? Nate Dog, everyone else. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Just going over our 8-pack, my 8-pack right now of golfers. The number 4 was Christian Bazinhoud. Number 5 is going to be Chris Kirk. Golfer was just he fell apart on I think it was Saturday or Sunday there, Connor.
Yep.
But he was right.
I almost took him last week because he had good numbers there. But yeah, go ahead.
You're getting 110 this week. Shop around. He was 80-1. I now found 110. So not many people are betting on this guy. 22 rounds, played a lot of golf of late. 69th from 150 to 175. So that's not too bad. Kirk's one of those guys. He's really streaking. I'm just bringing some of his stats up right now, guys. But T27. His approach was the one thing that kind of left him astray. His off the tee was fine. His approach kind of left him down Shit's Creek. But his approach for the most part has been pretty solid. He's just one of those guys. 110. I'm going to take him at 110. I don't have a lot to say, too much more to say about Chris Kirk. I'm just going to take a quick look though, Connor, to see what he did last year at this time, because just like Tony Finau, he just lit it up around this time of the year last year.
He did, yeah. Well, that's why I thought about him so heavy because he played so well at the tourney last year there. So I just don't know what he did here.
Yeah, Chris Kirk, I got it right now. 2nd at the Sony Open last year, 16th here, missed the cut, 16th, 8th, 48th, 25th. So he's been in the mix. 110-1. I just think, sprinkle a couple bucks in there, $2 or $3, you're getting $400 back. So Chris Kirk, he's going to be number 5 on the card. Not too much more to say about him. This next guy though, Russell Knox, he's low key, just a solid approach player, guys.
Yeah.
Looking at his numbers here, 26 rounds this year, 35th from 150 to 175. That's a number I really like. His approach has only been getting better in the last. This was his first round, the Sony Open. but gained 1.24 an approach. He finished T7 plus 2.08 shots gained total. Don't be surprised if this guy, his putting is his only thing. You want to talk about a bad putter, Connor. This guy's he's got the yips, like 3-4 footers. He misses them. Like that's the only thing. It's a smaller green, so that's why I'm not focusing too much on putting here. It's more you got to just get on the green and give yourself birdie looks, because tighter greens, a lot of slopage, a lot of it's just not flat. It's just a lot of dips and dives. Pete Dye's really done a beautiful job at this course. Billy Briz says, Ryan Palmer call last week, head-to-head, respect. Yeah, absolutely. Ryan Palmer had a great week. Dan Kelly, shout out to Dan Kelly. Says Thigala. I haven't bet too much on this guy. Top 5, 30-1, top 42.70 on Fanduel. Wow, love it. Dan Kelly also says here, Bez has a great comeback story. Yeah, drain cleaner as an infant almost killed him. Holy shit, he's had problems with his whole life. Speaks to golf is as good. Absolutely. You want to talk about one guy out there too that's he's just certain people when they get on a golf course, Connor, they're just different. They're not the same people. And when you see Christian Bazinhood get on the golf course, he just seems like he's just kind of like, not like Tiger Woods, but like they're just dialed. They just their emotions don't get too out of place. They look like they're enjoying the game. They're not swinging too hard. Yeah, I'm a huge Bez fan. I think he's going to break through this year as well. Could be this week, 66-1. He definitely made the card.
Like it.
Yeah, I'm going to get on number 7 on the, like I said, we got an 8-pack here, guys. A lot of bombs. Number 7 is going to be Kramer Hickok. Kramer, he had a decent week last week. He can get him at 150-1. So just at 150-1, you got to sprinkle a couple bucks on this guy. He was T20 last week. Again, strong approach. One thing I wanted to focus on here, guys, was players that were really strong on their approach. Kramer, T20 at the Sony Open. Missed a couple cuts, but then he was 4 T20 and T30. So he's kind of not hit or miss, but either he's right there or he's missing the cut. But I don't see him missing the cut here. His off the tee has been fairly strong. His approach has only been getting better. Just looking at some of his stats around the green, strong. His putting, everything's on the upswing. This is a golfer that's on the uprise here, guys. Look out for Kramer Hickok. I think his numbers are only going to get better. And 150-1, I'm going to sprinkle a couple bucks on him. One more here, Andrew Putnam, 200-1. I don't think I've ever.
I like him. I like Andrew Putnam.
Yeah, but I think he's definitely worth a couple bucks here. What do I have here? Plays best golf on Bermuda swing. His numbers, T41, T64, T39, T11. It's not as indicative. You want to look at guys, like I said, from now until pretty much till March, because it's all going to be on Bermuda golf. And I'm just going to take a quick look at Putnam for you guys quickly here. Andrew Putnam, last year at this time, I'm going to say he more than likely did quite well. Let's see here. So T21, T7, T55, T32, 5th and 4th in that swing. So he definitely plays the best of his golf right around now. Barracuda Championship. He was 2nd, which is also on Bermuda. So he likes to play a lot. He puts he has the best chance to make birdies, in my opinion. Andrew Putnam, not the deepest of drivers as well. But I like that play. Andrew Putnam, he's going to be number 8 on the 8-pack there. Connor?
Excellent. I'll get through mine quick. Kylie, I'm going to touch on some of those guys right now real quick. Let's just go to the top. I mean, John Rahm, me and Gogi talked about best golfer in the world. He's 5-1. There's no value. They were with him. I mean, he's won here right before 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. So he's played well here since they brought it back. Cantlay shot 61. He's 9-1.
Arizona State too. Played on the desert style.
Yep. Scotty Schaeffler, it's too low for me. I like Finau a little bit.
Yeah, first time back for Scotty. I got to see.
Not in it. I got my guy Taylor Gooch. We talked about him a couple weeks ago. He is playing every week, but too low of a number here for me for Gooch. I know you like to answer. He's borderline. He's a guy I'm just not going to roll with him this week. Could bite me in the ass. Siwoo Kim, defending champ, right? So it's not easy to go back to back. So that's difficult, but his price is intriguing. He mentioned Tringali. I think he's a guy to look out for. Ricky Fowler, he's a local here from right outside here, living Riverside. He just had a kid. He's had a long layoff, but he's played here twice the last couple of years. I think 13th and a 20th. So, yeah, decent shot. Put him on maybe your fantasy or DFS lineup there. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, one thing too, you always got to think that it's going to be the top 65 that make it to Sunday. So if your golfer doesn't play decent or well enough in the first 3 rounds in these pro-ams, then he's not going to make it there. So one thing too, Dan Kelly said about Thiago is he plays well in the SoCal events. You want to see golfers that play their college golf what parts of the world they play their best at. And for instance, Thigala, he plays his best here at Southern California. So. Similar to Patrick Cantlay. We haven't talked about Cantlay. I know he's from California, Thousand Oaks, I think. So he's definitely used to playing in this type of area, this type of golf. So Cantlay, he's him and Rahm, they're definitely 11, 9-1 and 6-1 here. Next closest is 20. So those are definitely your 2 favorites. And if there's more wind, it's going to be tougher for these longer shots, but there's not going to be a lot of wind come Sunday. A little bit on Friday and Saturday there, guys. But all my 8-pack there too. We're going to also have top 20s, excluding Putnam, Fino, Answer, Connors, Bazinhood, Kirk, Knox, and Hickok. I'm all going to have top 20s. I'm going to tweet those out there, guys. Eagle47_, and a couple matchup bets as well.
Just give me a few minutes here, and we'll get out of here, Gogster.
Yep.
Carlos Ortiz, 80-1. These are the guys. I'm going to put all my stuff out on Twitter. Real quick. I just want to run through a few of these guys. I'm a big Carlos Ortiz fan at 80-1. He mentioned Rose. I like 55-1. Norn's the guy I'm looking at as well.
Ortiz
as we get down, some guys that played well. Michael Thompson played extremely well last week. He's not a guy normally on back-to-back. Can he do it again? And can he win? And he's 80-1. So, I mean, it's just a guy to look at that played well. I'm a big Sebastian Munoz guy. He's around 100, 110-1. He's a guy 0 in. Looking at it here, Ches Reavy, streaky. A lot of these guys are. I'm just kind of naming later in some of these. Just kind of wanted to get out here real quick. That was about it. Some of these guys, Lucas Glover. I'm just looking through them all. I'll tweet it out. Norlander, just some of the bombs. 150-1.
Doug Gim too. Doug Gim was 5th last year.
Gim, Gim played well here last year. You're right. So just a few guys I'm going to look at. I'm going to tweet out. I have a few top 10, stuff like that. You mentioned Patrick Reed. I think maybe this is the week he has value. I hated him week 1. Remember I talked about no Reed. Now he's 35-1. Now maybe a Patrick Reed sighting. Who knows? Just a thought. Bigger price maybe than you normally get in a kind of a weaker.
He does. I mean, if you want to talk, creativity too. This guy's a master around the green. So he's not a guy. I don't think this course is going to be too tough, in my opinion, actually, for Patrick Reed. I think he should do well. If his approach is bad, he's got a good enough short game to not do awful. But if he's doing well, he's not going to go anywhere. Patrick Reed. It's just he's got some work to do still, I think.
Yeah, he does. This won't be an easy one, like you talked about. Pro-Am, 3, they call these different golf courses they got to play this week. But
who's drinking the wine? Who's not drinking the wine down there?
Who's out on the vineyards getting wasted? So it should be good though. But like you said, I know Gogster's got to go. We're going to get out of here. We had to make it a little quicker than normal.
Yeah.
He'll post it on Twitter. I'm going to post mine later today. I'm a little under the weather. Check me later. 5 p.m. Eastern, me and Max, college basketball right here, Pub Sports Radio. I'm going to power through it, get through the day. So, but that's it. You got anything else for the chat before we get out of here?
No, just thank everyone for tuning in and checking us out here on the 3rd show this year. We'll be back again next week for the next PGA Tour event. And let's hit another winner here, guys. We're 1 for 2. Almost hit Henley last week.
You're the man. You're on him.
Close. We were close. Let's keep her up, though, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next week. Have a good one. Cheers, guys.
Right here, baby. We be popping. Peace.